Hans Wormat. So my last video was about phony FTM, and I've kind of had time to sit here and think about stereotypical try hard MTF. It's your Fran Dreschers, right? That's one type. The thing about trannies and stereotypes is that every single stereotype is a tranny stereotype. So like, your goths, they're gonna be trannies. Like your punks are gonna be trannies. Your valley girls are gonna be trannies, right? Any stereotype is gonna be tranny, but the trannies themselves, the creatures, have their own just vibe to them. And trying too hard, it's an act, because it is an act. They're over the top, always dressing up, heels every day. If you know somebody that's in heels every day, okay? It's probably a tranny. Real women don't want to wear heels every day. Women love to get dressed up once in a while, but not every day. It's just not practical. That's where it stops being it's about being a human or being a creature. Humans don't, we just want to live our lives mostly. And I don't know, we don't want to put a pair of heels on every day. I think that's, I don't know, it's just not the way that regular humans act. Don't want to have a 2-hour makeup routine every morning, right? If you're a real female and you take a 2-hour makeup routine, highly subverted. So real humans don't generally act like that. So what that means is 9 times out of 10, when you see those Oompa Loompa looking 2 inches of makeup thick on the face, clown makeup, it's a tranny. That's not a regular woman behind that. Now, because what I'll say here, the way the programming works is this. I see way more regular women that just look like, they try to make themselves look like little boys. It's sad, really. You would be a really pretty girl, but you chopped all your hair off and you're wearing boy clothes. They still present as a girl, but it's like you're trying to look like a little boy. I see a lot of women like that. I mean, women get subverted by this tranny thing, and they emulate these trannies. I see regular women, so not with the full clown makeup, but women will copy and they'll do whatever the style is these days. I see regular women do the man eyebrow. It's like, I wish I could tell you, you're painting your eyebrow like a tranny. Stop. I'm not at that point yet in real life. Just going up to people I know, telling them things like that. So, the inverts will just be way more over the top with all these things. They're phonies. They're over the top. And again, that doesn't people always take these things that I say to the extreme. Like, that doesn't mean that every single person that does a really thick makeup is an invert. What it means is kind of the opposite of that. Well, close to the opposite. If you see somebody with tons and tons and tons of makeup on and the fake Fran Drescher voice, and they're wearing huge heels every day, and it's just over the top, chances are that thing's just a creature. And that's why they're so over the top, because it's an act. Talking about so I can just, I don't have a lot of personal experience, but I spend so much time in the comments reading people's experience. I can just throw out some things that people have told me, oh, there's these they're always talking about their women problems. Like, even though they don't have them, it's just ridiculous, over the top stuff like that. I mean, so I know this video is mostly about MTF, but I just remembered something about FTM. Those like childish man boys? I mean, they're females actually, which is crazy, but the ones that they're like supposed to be a grown man, but they're drawing like penises around everything. Those are creatures. Like, real men we're not going to draw. Have you heard of that being like a thing? Some guys, they're not guys, they're just FTM. They're obsessed with their penis because, I don't know, they think it's magical that they have it. And I think it's disturbing that they have it. Anyways, so that's, if you know any people, the only people I've ever known that are like full grown and still drawing penises on things, creatures. Same thing if you're a full-grown woman and you're constantly complaining about your woman problems. I don't know, like, by the time you're a full-grown woman, shouldn't you have grown out of that? So, yeah, let me think if I can think of some more phony, try hard. I mean, that's mostly what I can think of. I just get memories of, like, my middle school principal was such a floozy, and of course tranny. But this thing wore over the top high heels. It's funny because in middle school that's when they're cracking down on the dress code and all that. But our principal strutting down with these like stiletto heels and short dresses, and it was a tranny. It was a dude in a dress with fake boobs. It's just so gross. It's so disgusting. But that's where we live. We live in tranny land. So, yeah. Post in the comments if you know people are just over the top and they're trannies, or other, try hard female. I don't know. I just, there's something about these creatures that they try hard. Their whole thing is an act, so it's not natural. Like regular humans, we're just more natural about things, and these creatures, it's all an act, so they go over the top with it. All right. God bless.